So coming back to the link units, AdSense publishers are paid for clicks on the ads, and ads on the linked page are pay-per-click Google ads, similar to those shown in regular AdSense ad units. So basically, this is like a kind of a text ad, individual text ads created into a unit. And last point, link ads are responsive by default. They allow you to support a wide range of devices. Because nowadays, ads can come in any devices. It can come from computers and laptops, phones, tablets, and there are multiple screen sizes, there are multiple resolutions. So by default, Google has made the ads responsive. And we'll have to remember one thing here, that Google does not disclose how much it is for link units. Let's understand how does Google AdSense work. So it's actually pretty simple. I'm sure you would have, some of you would have tried installing like installing Google Analytics code. So basically, it is a JavaScript code which has to be put into the website. So Webmaster, a publisher site, is the site which is willing to participate in AdSense program, inserts the AdSense JavaScript code to the website, and bingo, it works. Start working from that point. Each time the page is visited by an end user, the JavaScript code is fired, and it fetches content, like it fetches right ads based on either context of your website or interest of the users, and starts showing ads. It is as simple as that. So a contextual advertising system scans the text of a website for keywords and returns advertisements to the web page based on these keywords. The advertisement may be displayed on the web page or can be also displayed as a pop-up ad. For example, if the user is viewing a website pertaining to sports, like I'm sure you must be browsing a lot of cricket websites. So when you are browsing this website, you must be seeing a lot of advertisement related to sports related company. For example, sports goods sellers or other sports websites, etc., etc. Contextual advertisement, also called in-text advertisements or in-context technology. My personal take here, contextual ads are less irritating than traditional advertisements. That is why it influences users more effectively. It shows users the area of interest or expertise of theirs, and thus increases the chance of receiving a response. Let's understand, like, how do we get paid? How do the publishers get paid using AdSense? So AdSense payment cycle is monthly. Publishers accrue estimated earnings over the course of a month, and then at the beginning of the following month, their earnings are finalized and posted as balance on the payments page. If the balance exceeds the payment threshold, and if there is no payment holds, publishers will be issued a payment between the 21st and 26th of the month. So, let me give you an example. So let's say Josh Furniture start display ads using Google AdSense. They accrue estimated earnings throughout the month of July. Okay. Let's say the payment threshold for their account is $100, which is kind of default for a lot of parties. For the month of July, it will all be calculated, it will be accrued. By August 3rd, they will see their July month finalized total earnings credited to their AdSense payments page. So it is not credited to their account, it will be credited to their payments page. If that amount has gone more than $100, so if it has increased above their threshold amount, then they will get, Josh Furniture will get a payment for their July earnings and any other credits as a lump sum payment in and around August 21st. Also, AdSense would need information about your tax information, your personal identification details, and address. You also need to select a payment method. So these are the different payment methods. AdSense has been very lenient here, depending on different countries and rules of the different countries. They use the various methods like check payment, electronic fund transfer, wire transfer, Western Union, Quick Cash, Rapida, and EFT. So also we need to remember that depending on what method you select and depending on what method is available in various countries, it might again take some time in getting this payment. So let's understand the do's and don'ts. What should we do to maximize our AdSense income? First point, produce good quality content that attracts and engages users and provide good user experience. Create and maintain a content calendar around a theme. If your site is into fashion blogging, maintain the theme. Do not add random new topics just for the sake of AdSense profitable keywords or getting guest posts, etc., etc. So stick to your theme. Definitely, it will get good results over time. So let me move to the next point. Follow Google Webmaster and AdSense guidelines. So this point is actually applicable for all the website owners. It is just not for AdSense users. So Google Webmaster guidelines generally ask you to create content for people, the people, not for search engines. So it asks webmasters to avoid things like using automatically generated content, participating in link schemes, creating pages with little or no original content. Also, methods like cloaking, putting sneaky redirects in the website, putting hidden text or links in the website, using doorway pages, scraped content, and the list goes on. Basically, as website owners, we should always stick to these guidelines. We should never use any unnatural ways to get some traffic. AdSense guidelines also essentially tell all the same thing. They also tell not to tamper with the AdSense codes. Keep a SEO checklist ready. So this is important for all the website owners. Because I have mentioned that I have a couple of websites on my own. So I have always kept a SEO checklist ready, some of which points are directly on top of my mind, like setting up Google Search Console, installing Google Analytics, setting up Bing Webmaster Tools. Yeah, one thing here, never forget Bing. Because just remember, Google is only 76% of the search. The rest 24% belongs to different um, search engines. So never ignore Google. So coming back to SEO checklist, setting up Bing Webmaster Tools, submitting XML sitemap to search engines, prepare your robot.txt file, use rich snippets, keep the URL SEO friendly, write long form content, include primary keywords in the first paragraph, focus on maintaining keyword density, and the list goes on. I don't need to tell all the list to you here. You can easily create one for yourself or search for a good one. A lot of uh, sites that are available in the internet which can give you a free one. Fourth point, keep an eye on cost per click column while doing a keyword research. So it is commonly believed that traffic is directly proportional to money in blogging. But this is not accurate in terms of AdSense advertisement. The reason for this is so many factors which can affect your AdSense incomes. Some of them are your ad placement, which is very important, your ad types, your traffic sources, and most importantly, the AdSense cost per click. So, if you are using keyword research for your website, keep an eye on the cost per click factor. I use SEMrush as a tool, and I would highly recommend using SEMrush tool. By choosing some keywords which have high CPC, I'm not saying that just go and choose only high paying CPC keywords, cost per click wala keyword. But first thing, according to the first point, it should be as per your theme, as per your site theme. Secondly, you should select some of the profitable keywords. Okay, next point, mix and match different formats. This is also a very important point. So many site owners that I have interacted with simply use images because they believe, and this is also one of the myths of AdSense, that image ads work better. But from my experience, believe me, it is not like that. I advise the site owners to use all ad types. Like we have covered the different type of ads ad types, right? AdSense for search, then link based ads and videos. So, videos are generally out of purview for uh, us, but then we can easily use AdSense for search. And I am a big fan of AdSense for search because it not only helps you monetize your content, it also helps with user navigation. So user can find the right content in your website if you put a search functionality in your website. There are some pro tips for WordPress website owners. So I'll quickly browse through it. This is pro tip, and I was recently sitting down with one of my friends who is a website owner. He has very good traffic in his website. We found these points out. Google recommends using 720x 728 into 90. That is leaderboard image ad unit above the fold of homepage and below the main navigation bar. Also, depending on the page length. So these are for the home page. Depending on your page length, if the page length is good, use a vertical ad unit of same size. Test different ad units like either 160 cross 600 or 300 cross 250, medium rectangle in your sidebar or your blog page. Again, website owners are they thrive on their blogs, so it is very important for them. Is 336 cross 280 large rectangle ad unit at the top of the article. Use a similar ad unit at the end of post before the comment section. Similar to the home page, is a skyscraper or a medium rectangular ad unit in the sidebar. So these are pro tips, very important for you. It is important to understand don'ts rather than do's. So now that we know the do's, we need to understand the don'ts. First, ever try to compensate users or third-party players for viewing ads or performing searches? If Google will come to know that you're doing it, then there is a high probability that your site and your account is banned. Never ever encourage users to click Google ads using phrases like click the ads or support us. Never try to draw user attention to the ads using arrows or some graphical gimmicks. Never try to place misleading images alongside individual ads. Basically, ad units should be very clear. Units should clearly say that these are ads. So to place anything nearby, Google is not gonna like it. Never place ads in a floating box script. Google does not like it. Same. Practice has to be avoided at all costs. Never try to format your ads so that they become indistinguishable from other content on that page. Your site and ads should have some gaps. Like Google sometimes says that it should be at least 15 pixels. So never try to mix things. Never try to make them indistinguishable. Never try to format site content so that it is difficult to distinguish it from ads. So it is the reverse way. So any which way you do it, Google will not be liking it. Never try to place misleading labels above Google ad units. Like ad units can only say that they are sponsored ads or they are paid ads. Ad units cannot be labeled as favorite sites or today's top offers or something like that. Don't ever click on your own Google AdSense. Lot of like if you go to an AdSense forum, you will see a lot of site owners complaining about this that I am banned from Google AdSense and one of the major reasons is that they do not get any revenue. They get frustrated, they click their own ads and you're gone. And believe me guys, Google is very serious about its policies. Once you get banned, it is very difficult to reinstate your account. Even if you recreate the account, there's a very high probability that it is going to be banned. And the same applies for Google ads as well. So never try to fool around with Google Ads or Google AdSense. Do not use automated click and impression generating tools like robots or deceptive software. Believe me, guys, there are a lot of these black hat things available in the market. Do not try to use that. If Google knows, and you know Google is the big daddy, they will definitely know that you are using some of these automated uh, processes, and you will be banned forever. Okay, let's move to matrices now. First metric is ad request. Ad request is counted whenever your site requests ad to be displayed. It is the number of ad units that requested ads for content ads or search queries for search ads. So ad reports an ad request each AdSense reports an ad request each time a request was sent, even if no ads were returned. Let me quickly explain you this. So let's say you have a page, you have a blog page, and you have put 3 ad units there. So 3 is the number of ad requests. So depend based on different criteria, like based on your content, based on the data Google has about visitor, Google will return you the number of ads. So it will depend on a lot of things. So if the user is browsing your website at 2 a.m. in the night, some people might have put time restrictions also, some advertisers. So depending on a lot of things, you might be able to show 3 ads, can be 0 or 1 as well. Okay. Next point is ad request coverage. Coverage is the percentage of ad requests that returned at least 1 ad. Generally speaking, coverage can help you identify sites where AdSense is not able to provide targeted ads. Formula for coverage is ad requests that return ads. So in the previous example, if out of the 3 slots, only 1 slot displayed an ad, so this is 1 divided by 3 into 100. So if 2 ads are shown on that page, out of 3 slots, it is 66.67%. Likewise, if you have a search box, average of 80% would mean that an average of 1 query out of the 5 did not show any ad. I hope I'm clear about it. Poor coverage is a sign that Google was not able to provide ads suitable for your page and did not return any ads. Ad request CTR. As you know, CTR is click-through rate. So ad request click-through rate is the number of ad clicks divided by the number of ad requests. Very simple. If you received 7 clicks out of 1,000 ad requests, your CTR would be 0.7%. Ad request RPM, it is revenue per 1,000 impressions. So ad request revenue per 1,000 impressions is calculated by dividing your estimated earning by the number of ad requests you have made, multiplying it by 1,000. So for example, if you earned an estimated $60 from 15,000 ad requests, your ad request RPM would be like $60 divided by 15,000 into 1,000, which is $4. It's pretty simple. The number of times a user clicked on a standard content ad. Cost per click. Again, very simple and important metrics. Amount you earn each time a user clicks on your ad. CPC is calculated by dividing the estimated revenue by the number of clicks received. Earnings. Again, straightforward number. Estimated earning for a publisher. For that, very recent numbers can be a little problematic, but you can in your dashboard you can see your recent earnings up to yesterday. Impressions. So this looks like a simple one, but this is an important one. Impression is counted for each ad request where at least 1 ad had begun to download to the user's device. It is the number of ad units for content ads or search queries for search ads that loaded ads. A very important point here to note is there are, I told you, right, there are a lot of ad networks, they are available. To maintain a standard, there are standard bodies like the Interactive Advertisement Bureau, which is IAB, or the Media Rating Council, MRC. They do a lot of research on this. They do a lot of periodic reviews, update industry standards for impression measurement. They also recommended guidelines. Over time, the standards for counting an ad impression on the web has evolved from counting an impression when the ad is served to counting an impression when the ad starts to download on the user's device. So there is something called a served impression. There is something called a downloaded information. Impression CTR, the ratio of impression that resulted in a click.